easy to get that schedule wrong. And when they get it wrong, it means they might have to drop or swap a course. Dropping and swapping a course is not only frustrating for a student, it's also expensive for a university. We did some research and found that it can cost up to $10 per student per year, just in staff time for a university to process students going in, standing in line, and dropping or swapping a course. Dropping and swapping also introduces other problems in that it means you have a course that's underutilized, facilities that are underutilized, and faculty that are underutilized. So our solution is a hosted course scheduling website that can be branded with the university and be consistent with its presence. This site will, these custom sites for universities will allow give students the tools they need to schedule their site, to create a schedule for next semester. And we talked to a lot of students and found that what they really want is a plan B, C, and D in case a course that they wanted for next semester got filled up. So we built that into Of Course. We also talked to a lot of university administrators, and they have challenges like, I'm offering 2 business courses. What happens when they fill up during registration? That's a very busy time. So we built in tools to take the data from students building their schedule to give university administrators feedback on what courses are actually have where the demand is outstripping supply for seats. So we're going to go ahead and show you a quick demo.
So I'm a current student here at CSU Monterey Bay, and my advisor just told me that I need a social sciences course to graduate this spring. I didn't know that, but I pulled out my handy iPhone and went to the university website using the Of Course site through our site, and looked and found the social sciences class under D2. And I said, oh, that business class looks interesting. I think I want to take it. Let's see, oh, it even offers me the books that I need for this class. Let's see, it's in Coast Hall. I don't know where that is. Let me look at it. Okay, it's right behind College of Arts. There we go. I think I can take it. But wait, it conflicts with my bio class that I've planned for right here in my scratch pad in the courses that I've planned. So I need to find another course that allows me to take with this planned schedule that I've made. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. So I'm a university administrator. I can also log into our my campus's course schedule, and under an admin dashboard, I can get information like, it looks like the business department, I'm speaking to the judges here, the demand is outstripping supply, so if I'm a provost or a registrar, I can log in and say, I need to give business 3 more tenure faculty positions. Know your audience. So I can also see hot courses. So here's courses where interest is outstripping supply. So as students are building a schedule and they're indicating their interest in taking a course, we can actually help administrators plan better and offer courses that meet that demand. And then you have to learn how to use PowerPoint. So our pricing model is very simple. It's $1 per student per year to a university. For every dollar that a university spends on a course, they're saving $2 in terms of saved staff time and more efficient utilization of space, facilities, and faculty. We're anticipating having one customer and working with that customer, preferably a small, flexible university, to make sure we get the product right, growing to 500 campuses by year 4, and we're looking for startup capital of $500,000. Our competition's landscape, they focus on very unique problems, but they don't do all of what we've already built in 24 hours. So current students get the classes they want, prospective students can discover the university, everyone's happy, and we hope that you join us on this venture. Thank you.
Of course.
Of course. Okay, so now we're open for questions.
Tell us, it's usually very difficult to market for university. They are very slow, and it's hard for them to make decisions. Tell me your marketing strategy.
Okay, you're right. That's why we have to year 4 till we hit 500 campuses and break even. In year 1, we're talking about one school, probably a private, small school. And we do that one, first one for free. By year 2, we're looking at 5 to 10 schools. Year 3, scaling up to 100 and then 500.
You give me your wish. I didn't see the plan. What's your plan to market?
We've also had great input that we should also look at talking to people like students themselves. So even though the students are not paying for the product, they can be people who drive interest. So we can say, look at all these great tools. A lot of universities, they just have a PDF that's a list of their courses. So they take out their iPhone and they see that and they're frustrated. So if we can actually use students as a leverage, that might be a way to grease the skids with universities.
Quickly, we're talking about direct sales, talking about advertisements in educational journals, and going to all the educational conferences in the first year.
It seems to me like you've identified a very good problem, but I think you've only solved part of the problem. And I wonder where you think this might go in terms of being a more robust platform. I can think of some ideas, but I wonder what you're thinking.
Yeah, and definitely we were aiming for a minimum viable product here, but other ideas that we had are things like allowing universities to not only say here's our courses, but here's our curriculum, and allowing students to be able to choose a plan and use that to be better informed about where they are in their progress. So that matches both with a little bit of advising, but a lot of what universities are struggling with in catalogs, and helping to solve those retention-related problems in preventing students from having difficulty finding the course they need to graduate.
What do you think your startup costs are? Because to go into a school, every school is going to be different with their schedules and their classes and everything else. What do you think that's going to entail for your group?
So you're right. We have identified our operational costs, which are actually relatively low. Things like integration with the campus system, which we do include, we would include in a relationship with the university. Most universities already work with 1 or 2 external vendors that use basic student information to process things like housing, etc. So there are existing models for that, but I do anticipate that would be, there's actually a very small number of student information systems out there. There's probably only a dozen. So if we can say that we integrate with all these existing systems that campuses have, that means over time our cost per campus will be lower.
I like the idea, especially the part where you get more faculty, but I think one of the things that I'm a little concerned about, just as a takeoff here, is I still don't understand what your sales cycle is going to be. I mean, who do you approach? Who's your target person within a university to approach? And how do you go about doing that? Can you help us a little bit?
So our real customer are people like registrars and provosts, and you're right, they're a difficult group to reach. But I think as we identified before, talking to students directly and using them as a lever, it's probably one of an interesting approach, but then there's also the traditional marketing aspects that we've noted.
What do you have?
Awesome, thank you, of course. Our next team up is going to be Echo Abroad. So let me pull up their materials. Let's welcome them to the stage.
I just come from Japan. I am an exchange student, but I have no friend. I can't go to the supermarket because I don't know where it is.
Haven't you heard of Echo Abroad?
No.
All right, well, let me tell you about it.
Okay.
Echo Abroad is a website where students can connect whenever, wherever, and however they please. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. We are aware that there are 1.9, sorry about that. Yes, sorry. There are 1.9 million students, or 190 million students worldwide that are college students. Out of those 190 million, 6.5 are study abroad. Out of those 6.5, we have 800,000 coming in and out of the United States. We are aware that they want to connect with each other. We're aware that these students would like to be able to find friends, talk to them, and even know the area before they go there. Because, let's face it, no one wants to go somewhere new where they have no experience, they have no idea where they're going, and they don't want to get lost, they don't want to be lonely. The way we plan on connecting these students is through social media, but not through social media like Facebook and Twitter. Unlike those social media websites, they can only connect you to people inside your own country. You're only able to connect to people inside the United States if you have a United States Facebook account. If you have a United States Twitter account, you can only connect to Twitter accounts in the United States. We, however, have developed a way, actually using Facebook too, to allow students to connect to each other on one site. You post a comment, hashtag your school name, or hashtag your area that you're going to, whatever it may be, and then other students will soon find that. They'll see your post, they'll see your name, they'll see where you're from and where you're going. From there, you can actually get to one another and connect to each other, talk to each other, and make friends before you go there. We are that middleman. We know that there are students who want to come here, and we know there's businesses who want to capitalize on that. We're that person who helps the students and the businesses connect. These businesses may be businesses such as businesses that want to offer airline deals, or even insurance, or even evacuation if necessary, if there were ever a natural disaster or anything like that. We're aware that these businesses are trying to reach these students, and the students are trying to reach these businesses, and yet neither have an idea where to look. Lastly, we are a freemium-based model. We know that no one wants to go try a new service and pay for it without having any guarantee that it might work. So as a freemium-based model, the students will be able to post and even view what's in their area before they go. However, to access the businesses, to remove the ads from the sites, and to be able to guarantee them that these businesses can get in contact with them, they will have to pay a small subscription fee. Thank you.
I'm sure you're aware that with all this controversy about surveillance, there's been a backlash amongst a lot of countries in terms of putting firewalls up and not letting data go outside their borders. How are you going to deal with that trend?
The governments such as the United States, they can't completely stop people from posting on sites outside their country. If I wanted to, I can go to Amazon.uk or Amazon.au, which is Australia. I can connect to one of these sites. As for the information being shared, that is up to the user on just what they would want to share. We don't want a user who may be, in danger or anything like that to say, hey, I'm here, this is my address. We encourage them to say, I'm going to be new at this college.
Do you, so the value of your site depends on many other students probably already have that experience to post their experience to share with new students. So how do you make sure how do you incentivize students to post information there to share with someone they don't know?
We encourage students and even other colleges to help promote the website. We do have a subreddit right now. Actually, our link will be going live on Reddit momentarily. And we encourage students who have already studied abroad, just to explain how they've studied abroad. We have encouraged the students who are attending CSUMB to share their experience here about CSUMB and other colleges if they've traveled other places. And from there, we encourage them to even discuss with others.
That sounds good, but how do you encourage them?
Right now, here at CSUMB, we're encouraging through word of mouth, and then because we are, we've grown this community here, but at other colleges, we know people there that encouraging them, and we know as the site grows and as popularity grows, just like on Facebook, liking something, you don't have to be the first person to stick your hand out there and like it. Once more people start commenting, it's easier for you to comment yourself.
On your model, if I'm a business, why would I want to join your site? And what's it going to cost me?
For a business to join the site, we haven't actually quite figured out how much it would cost, but we know that as a business we want to join the site because businesses who offer airline deals, who offer other deals for students, we're aware that students aren't able to find these quite as easily. There's no, you can't just simply Google deals for students who are studying abroad. You'll get a whole list of things that just, terms that you're not looking for. But if you were to find this consolidated list of businesses that have things to offer, we're bringing them the customers, and the customers, we're also bringing the customers the business.
Do you have some type of prototype?
We actually do have a website, yes. Unfortunately, I do not have a demonstration right now, but it will be going live tonight sometime.
Do you have any businesses you've contacted during the startup weekend to find if they're willing to pay?
The National Student Exchange and IEE, the International Education Education Exchange, are the two national companies that are doing the most business. There's about 300 third-party businesses that are working with international students. The challenge really is FERPA doesn't allow colleges to obviously tell their students who else is going to be there in the country at the time that they're traveling. That's the Federal Education Rights and Privacy Act. Third-party businesses are, of course, private enterprises. They're interested in competition, and they're not sharing with their students, other students who are traveling abroad at the same time, that they'll be there. So you might be a Japanese student coming over from your particular program.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much, Echo Abroad. Our next team up is ChangeCrate. So let me find their materials.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Connor Ahlstrom, and this is my teammate Quentin Sanford.
Hello. On Friday night, this room was filled with a lot of young entrepreneurs ready to innovate and create new and exciting products. As our team formed, we quickly realized that we weren't just here to create a product. We quickly realized that our team was centered around a passion for people and how they connect, how they relate to each other, and their lasting impression on Earth. We created a passion for ChangeCrate.
ChangeCrate is united by one simple mission. We are all here to make the world a better place. We want to do that through better relationships between people, to allow people to try new things, and as well as to make a difference.
So how do we do it? Come on stage, ladies. Well, we take pretty amazing products that will make a change in a person's life. We put them in a box, we ship them to you, and now we've given you tools. All the tools you'll need, on a monthly basis, of course. All the tools you need to change your life, to better your relationships, to have more adventure in your life, do more exciting things, and then a lot of eco-efficient products and tools that we provide to you to change your impression on the planet.
We went out and surveyed 125 people. 60% of those said that they would, in fact, purchase our product and gave us contact information so that they could sign up. In order to make this reality, we've made some key partnerships today. Our main one being with AgBox. They have agreed to give us 500 free labeled boxes for our product with only 20 cents per box thereafter. California Creative Group has partnered with us to help us out with our advertising. And one of our big things is that what we put in the package. And we would like to create key partnerships with many different producers, our first one being Fresno County Library. We have secured a deal with them to have books in all of our crates at 1 cent per used book. Our primary source of income is through the monthly subscriptions. They will come at a cost of $15 to the subscribers, and as secondary, through our key partners, they will also have key product placement, and that will be available to them so that they can put their products in the markets that they want to. When our customers receive a ChangeCrate, and in there is a product that really does make a difference for them, and they use it on a daily basis, and every month they possibly need a new supply, they can choose the option to have that included in their box monthly. So that will be an add-on sale as another revenue source for our company. It has cost us so far about $2 per subscriber, and we have gotten 75 soft sales in just the first day, so we project about 1,500 in the close of the first month. To promote this, we're going to allow you to have a friend sign up for free charge for 1 month, and then thereafter able to continue. We project to have about $22,500 in revenue in the first month, based off our current numbers of today, with an estimated expense of $10 per order. That's going to bring our monthly net profit to $7,500.
So we're pretty fired up. We're passionate people. Our team actually took a really crazy pivot last night. Well, you can't really call it a pivot. It's like running from one side of the field to the other. But we all center around one passion, and that's really exciting. So that's got us to find our customer demographic in one day. We have our marketing plan in place. We have our website and social media online, ready to receive orders. We're actually already accepting a very growing email database. We're a dedicated and a passionate team, and we're centered around the mission that, well, life is short, have fun, and make a difference. Thank you.
I don't know how to ask a question about this. I see a lot of passion, but not much else. So tell me, so in this box, I'm going to subscribe and buy, and I'll be surprised. But other than the used book, what else in there that might change my life?
Yeah, so we'd like to have 3 products in each box. One to help you build a better relationship, one to kind of bring some adventure into your life or try something new, and the last one is some kind of eco-friendly product. So the placement of those products would be through a strategic partnership with a business to place their product, like a test product or a sample product, to a consumer and then get results. And so we're still trying to figure that out. It's hard to call people on a Sunday, but we did get the library on the line and got a 1-cent book in the box. So check in next week, might have more, I don't know.
Let's just say you're so successful and you now have 1,000 orders. Do you have 1,000 products to put in those boxes and fill those orders? And what kind of products? I mean, I guess I'm like going, well, how are you really going to change my life?
Yeah, okay. For instance, some eco products we talked about. It'd be fun to have like a pen that's refillable, send that in there. An eco-efficient water head for your shower, a timer for your shower, a gauge for your tires. Games to play to build a better relationship with each other, recipes to include, to interact with one another. Everything is non-digital. Everything we wanted to put in the box would be to interact with each other, to create relationships, and then to change something small every month. Those products we're really still trying to define. And then as far as product fulfillment, we don't have those relationships yet, and so that's what we need to go get.
So following up on Luann's question, which I think is a good one, is what demographic are you really going after? And given all those different categories of ideas you've had, how are you going to measure success to know whether or not you've actually achieved your goals of better relationships, trying new things, and changing the world?
Well, I'll take the first part of that question. Through our target market research, we've really found that females ages 24 to 45 have been the most receptive of this idea. So that's where we're going to start out. Specifically targeting those people and seeing how they like it. I think Quentin knows a little bit about how we're going to do this.
Yeah, so our plan for advertising, I think we connected like this. Our plan for advertising is to really use social media and create an ad platform. And we're partnering with an advertising company who is excited about the idea too. And so through that research, we'd be able to figure out who our market audience is. Just through collecting 125 people here in one day, we figured out that it's females between this age, and they're interested. Some of the issues that they brought up was, do I really have time for this box? I don't want to have to put anything together. I mean, I already have junk, but then that was like 12 people out of everyone we, those are the comments they said. And so we came back and we thought about that customer research and we're like, okay, so the products that we have to send them have to not be in those areas. And so, yeah, I know it's a work in progress and it's a lofty goal to change the world, but we're going to try with this crate.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ChangeCrate. Our next one's up. We've hit the halfway point. 5 more to go. Our next team is Feed Me.